If you're watching this, I have officially completed my move from Trinidad and Tobago and I now live in the United States. Why, you may ask? Why would I uproot my life and leave Trinidad and Tobago behind, the country I grew up in, where my journey started and where I have created so many memories? Leaving the warmth of Trinidad and Tobago, the only home I had ever known, for the unknown of the US, was a decision of so many mixed feelings. Initially, the US was not my plan, nor was it my first option as the country to move to. Actually, it was England, but God said otherwise. But here's the thing, the only constant thing in life is change. And sometimes for a new chapter to begin, you have to leave what you know behind to make space for something new. Let me take you on a journey of change, hope, sacrifice, and trusting God's bigger plan. Because trust me, this is a story that goes way beyond a passport, a plane ticket, and boarding a plane. The culture of the island, the smell of the fresh bacon shack at Maracas Beach on a lime, the music, the people, life was vibrant and full of soul. But beneath all the laughter and festivities, there was another side, a quiet whisper in my heart that said, there's more out there for you. It wasn't that I didn't love my island. I do. But I always felt like I was being called to something bigger, something that could take me beyond the turquoise water of Trinidad and our sister isle Tobago. I had a stable wellness business as a massage therapist, family, and a rhythm of life that made sense. But at some point, I started asking myself, was I truly fulfilling the purpose I believe God had for me? I started to feel like my dreams of growth, personally, financially, and spiritually, were hitting a ceiling. I remember praying one night and asking God for clarity, and the answer I got wasn't loud or flashy. It was that quiet nudge, like He was saying, trust me. And that is when I knew it was time to take a leap of faith. I was leaving my family, my culture, and my comfort zone. I wasn't just moving to a new country, I was moving towards the unknown. But sometimes you have to leave the shores to discover new oceans. So let's start with a fundamental question. What was my dream when I was a child? My dream growing up was to live a life where I did what I loved and what made me happy. And for me, happiness meant freedom, which means being able to do whatever I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do it, wherever I wanted to do it, and with whoever I wanted to do it with. However, I knew to achieve that freedom, I had to work really hard at something I loved. But I never knew what shape or form this was going to take. So as life went on, I kept trying my hands at different things. And I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my businesses or 3 business ideas that I tried before I discovered what I truly enjoyed doing. The first one was I started a small jewelry and cosmetic business, which did not survive past 6 months. I then started a wellness business offering massage therapy services. This one went well, and I was able to do this for 6 years full-time. However, during the pandemic, because everything was shut down and there was no business coming in and no income, which many could relate to during that time, I had to find a way to pivot. And this is when I started to explore the world of building an online business with blogging, web design, YouTube videos, and content creation. YouTube became my classroom and I started learning how to do these things. I eventually realized that I liked it and I was really enjoying these newfound skills. This here is my first attempt at talking to the camera, so that is how I discovered my love for making videos, blogging, and content creation, which led me down this path, and I have spent the last 4.5 years honing these skills. As such, during those years and after the pandemic, the more time I spent in my home country, the more I felt trapped by my day-to-day routine. So when I landed in the US, which was during the month of February 2024, I'll be honest, the first thing that hit me was the cold. Because I went initially to New York, and that is when the culture shock came. The fast-paced life, the amount of people in one place, and again, the cold, and being away from what I knew and loved. And for a while, I wondered if I had made the right decision. But in those moments, I had to remember why I left. It wasn't just for me. It was for my future, for the chance to grow and to give back in ways I never could if I stayed in my comfort zone. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is that moving to another country doesn't automatically solve all your problems. You still have to work hard, trust the process, and hold on to faith when things doesn't make sense. Now, let me tell you something I wish I had known earlier. The journey isn't about reaching some destination. It's about the person you become along the way. Every struggle, every triumph, every lonely moment, it shapes you. I've learned that success isn't about material things in itself or fitting into a new culture. It's about staying true to your values, your faith, and remembering where you come from. Trinidad and Tobago will always be my home, but moving to the US taught me resilience, grit, and that sometimes you have to embrace the uncomfortable to find the extraordinary. So why did I leave Trinidad and Tobago to move to the US? Because I believed in a bigger purpose for my life. I believed in God's plan, even when I couldn't see the whole picture. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this story, it's this. Don't let fear keep you from stepping into your calling or the life you are dreaming of. The road might be bumpy, but trust me, it's worth it. And hey, if you're someone who's facing a big decision right now, whether it's moving, starting over, or chasing a dream, just remember, sometimes the scariest leaps leads to the most beautiful journeys. So, my goal is to continue to live a life that inspires me and also one that helps others to do what inspires them. For me, I have given myself the opportunity to experience freedom and flexibility to create from a place that inspires me, and at the moment that place is the US. So as I paint this new picture of my life, I want to take you along the journey with me in hopes of encouraging you on yours. So thanks for watching, and remember, wherever you are in the world, whatever is your newfound path, God is with you, and you got this. Until my next video, take care, and God bless.